Do you know of a stellar leader or an outstanding organization that deserves a proper shout-out? Nominate them for IBJ's awards. From 40 in their 40s and Women of Influence to Nonprofit and Healthcare Excellence Awards, we're celebrating rising stars, seasoned leaders, and organizations making a difference. Discover which programs are accepting nominations now at ibj.com/nominate.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. While IU is having a red-hot season on the football field, the team's success is helping local restaurants and hotels score a touchdown on the way to the bank. For the first time, all 149 rooms at the Graduate Hotel near the Bloomington campus are booked for every home football weekend. General Manager Andrew Harris.
What Signetti and that team has brought over here to Bloomington is incredible. So it's good for all the businesses around here. This is the first year that we've actually had our liquor license, so we've been able to do tailgates up here on the terrace.
Similarly, Bob Costello, owner of the Village Deli near the hotel, said the team's run is having a huge impact on his business. Columbus-based Centra Credit Union announced today that President and CEO Rick Silvers will retire in January after nearly 10 years. The credit union's board of directors has selected Chief Growth Officer Brad Davis to succeed Silvers in the role. The virus known as the bird flu has been identified once again at a commercial poultry farm in Elkhart County. This time, it's been found at a commercial breeder duck facility, impacting a total of 6,860 birds. The Indiana State Board of Animal Health is working to depopulate the entire flock. This marks the 9th case of highly pathogenic avian influenza found on a commercial poultry farm in Indiana since October 9th, and the 6th impacting duck production. All 9 cases have been discovered in either Elkhart or neighboring LaGrange counties in northern Indiana. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Thanks for listening to this IBJ Media podcast. You're probably going to remember this ad. Do you know why? Podcast advertising works. 85% of listeners recalled hearing an ad during a podcast, and 70% of podcast listeners have acted after hearing an ad. So whether you're looking to be heard across the entire IBJ Media Podcast Network, sponsor one of our shows, or just start with a 30-second ad, IBJ Media can help. Contact advertise@ibj.com to learn more.
The former advisor of the Indiana Daily Student, Indiana University's student-run newspaper, has filed a lawsuit against the university's trustees. Here's Gary Dick.
James Roddenbush alleges the trustees violated his First and 14th Amendment rights when they fired him earlier this month for what he describes as retaliation. Roddenbush filed the complaint in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Indiana on Thursday, arguing his termination resulted from his refusal to, quote, censor the students' work in the newspaper, and because of his complaints regarding what he alleges was the university's restriction on free speech rights. Shortly after Roddenbush's termination, the university ordered the IDS to end all print publications, which prevented it from publishing a planned issue that would have been available during IU's homecoming weekend. On Thursday, the IDS reported the IU administration had changed course and will allow the school to print special issues throughout the current school year. In his lawsuit, Roddenbush argued his termination violates procedural due process rights under the 14th Amendment, since he was terminated without any notice or opportunity to be heard. Roddenbush requested a jury trial. He is seeking reinstatement to his position, compensatory and punitive damages in an amount to be determined at trial, and attorney's fees. The former advisor is also arguing the university be required to clear his record in regard to any disciplinary actions taken in, quote, unlawful violation of his rights, and that IU be enjoined from disclosing any information about his discipline in any context, including letters of recommendation or reference. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Amazon Web Services has launched what it calls one of the world's largest artificial intelligence compute clusters, with its new Project Rainier now operational across multiple U.S. data centers, including a major site near New Carlisle in northern Indiana. The company said the initiative connects clusters of Ultra servers across data centers in Indiana, Mississippi, and Pennsylvania. The network is designed to support large-scale AI model training and inference. In New Carlisle, the facility's first phase came online in June 2025, following the announcement of the company's $11 billion Indiana investment in April 2024. Executives from Sweden-based Saab and Virginia-based Boeing gathered at Purdue University Airport yesterday to celebrate their collaboration to build and deliver the T-7A Red Hawk advanced trainer aircraft for the U.S. Air Force. Just over 4 years ago, Saab cut the ribbon on a $37 million research and manufacturing facility at Purdue's Discovery Park District, and CEO Michael Johansson says Saab is ready to ramp up production in West Lafayette.
This facility that we have, we can expand it because we have more land, and the rate will now ramp up, of course, supporting the Boeing deliveries to the Air Force. So this is a very important milestone to me, and also, of course, why we selected this site, why we Saab established ourselves here in West Lafayette is, of course, because of also the closeness to Purdue.
Saab produces the aft sections of the aircraft in West Lafayette, which are then shipped to Boeing's St. Louis facility for final assembly. IU Athletic Director Scott Dolson is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now on the IBJ Media app or your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
Whether it's healthcare innovation, major infrastructure, or global sports impact, Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick tells the stories of Indiana's groundbreakers and game changers. It's the must-listen show for business, civic, and community leaders across the state. Subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcasts or at ibjpodcast.com.
Want to give your team a real edge? The IBJ Group Plan delivers unlimited access to every story, every report, every video from IBJ and Inside Indiana Business for your whole team. Cover some or all of your employees with one simple payment. The more you add, the more you save. It's smart, it's flexible, and it saves you up to 30% off the standard rate. Already have IBJ subscribers in your office? Group up and save big. Learn more and get started now at ibj.com/group-plan.